Hi everybody, my name is Daniel Alves. I'm a designer here at 352, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Guerilla Scrum and getting things done. And Scrum is the process that we use at work to get things done and complete our projects. It's a pretty formal process, but this talk is more about the casual process, just the guiding principles and a loose understanding of what Scrum means. And hopefully you can use this in any of your domains, from raising a family to, working on a craft project, for example. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is talk about getting organized, getting to work, and then some guiding principles. So, getting organized. This is a Scrum board. If you've never seen one before, it's pretty straightforward. There's 3 sections. There's to do, in progress, and done. You can also use a to-do app or some other way of keeping track of tasks, but this is what works for us. So these little post-it notes right here, there's 3 tasks, really general stuff for doing a user test, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the to-do section. So you can stick them up anywhere. And the first thing you want to do when you have your tasks in your to-do section is to determine the priority of those tasks. So you want to focus on value, and you also want to think about the order of the steps. In this case, there's not really a hierarchy in terms of priority. It's more about the order of steps. But either way, you want to notify that. So first thing I'm going to do is set up my user test. So I'm just going to put a 1 on that. And then I'm going to analyze the results, 2, and 3, I'm going to report back to the team. So let's get started. It's really simple. You just grab your task and you move it into the in progress section. And the benefit of having a board like this is that everybody can see what's going on. You can note that I have my name written there, so if there's multiple people using the same board, you can see who's doing what. So we've gotten to work, and I just want to touch over some 3 basic ideas. The first one is to touch base frequently. That's really important to not only communicate with your team constantly, but also touch base with the board. Always check in with the board. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what everybody else is doing. That way, you can come together as a group, and maybe you need to collaborate on certain tasks. But having it visual allows you to just all be in sync. The next thing is to work on one thing at a time. It's really important for focus to pick one task and work on it until it's done before you move on to another task. That allows you to get it done and get it done right. The last thing is no distractions. It's really important to not have any outside noise come into your work area, or distractions like Facebook or checking your email, for example. It's important to set notifications appropriately so that you don't get interrupted while you're doing your important tasks. All right. When you're done with the progress that you're working on with the task, you just move it to done, and you get started on the next task. Analyze results. Okay. So once you're done with this entire story, you're going to have all of your tasks down at the bottom. And you also get the gratification of having all of your tasks in the last section of the done area. All right, so some guiding principles. First one is to focus on value. Whenever you're having to make a decision as to the priority of the task, or if you're going to be nitpicky about something, you always want to think about value. What is the user going to most appreciate? What are they going to most be able to use? And if you're focusing on value, you're going to make educated decisions, and you're not going to get distracted into things that don't actually end up improving the final product. The next one is to be a good listener. When you're on a team and you're working with many people, and how I illustrated here, everybody is able to see who's doing what. It's really important to listen to your teammates when they're going through their stand-ups or when they're talking to the group about what's going on, what are the roadblocks and all that, because you never know when the attention might get shifted to you and you need to give feedback, or you need to provide some kind of help towards your teammates. So always be a good listener. Communication is important, and listening is a very important part of communication. And lastly, have fun. Just having fun lets us get to know our teammates. It also lets us celebrate our wins. Maybe go out and have a drink with your friends or with your coworkers or friends afterwards. yeah, just celebrate, because it's always good to have all of your tasks at the bottom of the pile. And that's it for me. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks and have a great day.